Welcome to Business Ninjas. I'm here with John, and we are talking a little bit about what John does and his business. John, tell me a little bit about yourself. Who are you, and what do you do?
Sure. My name's John Walker. I call myself the Chief Solutions Officer for TE Digital Marketing. We are a marketing agency, home based in Southern California, but I am currently in Nampa, Idaho. We've been in business for 11 years now, and we're a full service digital marketing agency. So we take care of everything from website design, redesign, all the way through to social media marketing and advertising, as well as pay-per-click advertising, Google, Facebook, just about anywhere our clients need us to help them with as far as getting their businesses exposed.
And where can people find you? What's the website?
Sure, our website is tedigitalmarketing.com.
And tell me a little bit about yourself and how did you get started in this business? And tell me a little bit about the origin of the company.
Sure. Yes, I guess I could go all the way back to my days in the military. I was a communications specialist in the Army for 12 years. And there I kind of grew into, as far as communication goes, with technology and equipment. And once I was done with the military, I decided that I wanted to get into an industry where I could apply my military background as well as my interest in communications. And I landed a job. My first job out of the military was a human resources recruiter assistant for a defense contractor. And that's where I kind of learned, the human resources world. And back then in the early 90s is when I first kind of ventured off into creating my own niche in the internet of all things. And that is where I met my business partner, Jared Smith. He was at the time a sales person for monster.com. And back then, nobody knew what online job boards or online job postings, even email, was all about. And so I connected with him, and we've developed a career website for the company that I was working for. And from there, I just kind of expanded my career into recruitment and then eventually into recruitment advertising. And I worked for a major company in recruitment advertising and marketing. And then that's when Jared and I reconnected, and we decided that we should probably start our own business. And that was, believe it or not, back in the beginning of the last big recession. Mm-hmm. And at the time I had gotten laid off because back then during that recession, nobody was hiring. So there was no need for recruitment advertising. And so unfortunately, I was one of the ones who got laid off from my position there. And that's when I told Jared that maybe we should start our own company and I would be the first one to take the leap. And that's basically how we started TE Digital. And from there, it's just been one adventure after another.
I love these origin stories. And as a veteran myself of being in the internet and early days of the internet, it's really exciting to talk with somebody who's been there as well. So things have changed quite a bit.
Yeah.
With all this technology, so many people have a challenge harnessing marketing tools and strategies and what's best for my business. How does somebody come to you, and who's your ideal customer kind of profile? What are they looking for when they come to you, and how do you help them solve those problems?
Yes, well, when we first started, our focus was really on helping people find jobs back, during that time, because then nobody kind of really understood what was going on with the internet and how to use it, how they could use it as a tool to find employment. So we kind of started off that way and basically doing presentations and workshops on how to use today's technology to either expand their careers or to go out and find a new career.
Mhm.
And then that evolved into us working a lot more with small businesses. And we found that small business owners had the same struggles. How do we use technology to get the message out about our small business in a world where more, where more people were using their smartphones and laptops to communicate and to also to find solutions to their problems. So we really started working with small business owners and helping them do that. And that came along with, redesigning their websites, creating social media platforms for them. And the way that they found us was a lot like how they were looking to bring people in. So, we did online advertising as well. We had a Facebook page. We created our website and built that out. So a lot of our initial interaction was through workshops and presentations that we did to the public, as well as people finding us then online. So, having a really strong online presence really helped us, along with that face-to-face interaction that we had with a lot of small business owners.
That's great. Yeah, I love the give to get kind of an idea of
Mm.
training people and helping them understand what this is, and then working with them on a long-term basis.
Yes. And
What
that's
verticals? Yeah.
that's interesting, because a lot of people, they would come to a workshop we would do or presentation, and sometimes we probably wouldn't hear from them for a while, and through our online communications, through email marketing and things like that, we stayed in touch with them until they eventually said, you know what, I need to contact John because I went to his workshop and I need to know more about email marketing. So now I want him to work with us. So that's kind of the story, the commonality that we have with a lot of our customers.
I love that. And what verticals do you service?
We're, like I said, we're a full service agency. So we handle, as far as a customer base, primarily small to medium sized businesses. We work with some municipalities, and basically, I'd say the verticals that we are strong in are the government space.
Mm-hmm.
We've done a lot of work with government entities, technology-based companies, as well as retail and some B2B, business to business clients. Mm-hmm. So we're kind of spread out, but we find that we've gotten some really good relationships with people in or businesses in different verticals.
That's great. And when somebody comes to you, what problems are they usually trying to solve, and how do you help them solve them?
Basically, the all-encompassing one is, how do people find us? Mm-hmm. How do I promote my business online in a way that will bring me the customers that I'm looking for? And those are kind of that's kind of the general basis that a lot of the questions that we get come from. And of course, then that's tied in technology. So how do I use Meta, or how do I use Instagram or YouTube to do the kind of marketing that will help us bring people in? So I think it's been mostly just, helping small business owners solve that problem of, how do I get more customers, or how do I get new customers to come with me?
Yeah. And you help them, it sounds like you help them with their ad programs and
yes,
presence management also, right? So that their listings are all standardized across all directories.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, and our approach really is a holistic marketing approach where we take, your website, for example, as the hub, and then all the other tools are designed to drive traffic to your main website.
Hmm.
So it's really about creating strategies that are holistic in approach to whatever business goals they have.
Great. And how do you generate revenue in the business?
Well, a lot of our work we do through retainers. So a lot of our clients retain us to do, for example, their online marketing, maybe social media marketing, email marketing, their paid advertising. So we do kind of a hybrid of a retainer plus hourly type of revenue generation.
That makes sense. That way you can burst on certain projects, but
Exactly.
keep the costs low otherwise.
Yes,
Yeah.
because some customers, they may want us to do a website redesign for them. So
Right.
we can do that. Or some of them want to do ongoing marketing through social media or, some of the other tools out there. Mhm.
That's great. And how do you stand out from the competition? We always know that this is probably what clients ask you. I need to stand out from my competition. How does TE Digital stand out?
Right. Well, I think one of the things that we really like to focus on and that we take a lot of pride in is that, we think of ourselves as a partner with our clients, not necessarily an agency or an outside entity that's, that they're sending orders to. We like to really integrate with our customer and their process. We like to, know their team, who we're working with. So we really like to build those personal relationships that we have with our customers. And I think that's one of the reasons why we've been successful in that we have a lot of customers that have been with us even to this day from the beginning. So, I think that is one of the reasons that we stand out from the competition is that we're in it for as long as you're in business. And as long as we are helping you meet your goals, then we feel like that's going to help us stay in business as well.
Great. So let's change gears and talk a little bit about content, because everybody always asks these questions about content and SEO and
Yes.
several different kinds of questions around that. What value is content added to your company, and how do you think about content?
Oh, I think content is key. I always like to share with people that, for every piece of content that you can create to help either solve a problem that your customers may have or to promote your products and services is another piece of content that someone can find online. And to be consistently generating content on a regular basis is really the key to online success. So I think that, for us, as far as helping our clients determine, number one, what type of content do their customers want to consume is one, and then putting that into some type of strategic framework that they can use it for not just maybe their website, but for their other platforms as well. Social media, email marketing, those kinds of things. So I think, as far as you've heard the term that websites are no longer just brochures, but are vehicles, number one, to answer your potential customers' questions and to promote what it is that you do in a way that helps you stand out from the competition. So content is definitely key in our eyes.
Love it. And tell me a little bit about your marketing strategy for educating prospective customers. How do you get the word out?
Well, we kind of start off with either producing, like I said, a lot of what we do is in producing content that's useful and relevant to our clients. So I do a lot of webinars. I do a lot of in-person speaking. And I like the webinar aspect of it because it's something that I can, like, for example, like this interview, I can record it, I can share it, I can incorporate it into my other marketing tools and reuse it if necessary, that kind of thing. So we kind of like to practice what we preach in the sense that, you know, we're just as much into content creation and building digital assets as we are trying to help our clients do that. So we take the same approach to ourselves. You know, we almost treat ourselves as a customer when we're dealing with some of the things we want to do. Like, for example, if we want to target a new vertical like law firms, you know, we'll go into creating content for that, or, you know, another sector that we have interest in. So we kind of take our strategic approach that we share with clients and apply it to our own selves as well.
That's great. And so if you were to tell somebody who's in the process now of they're wondering, how do I grow my business online? How would they find you? What would be the roadmap for them to engage with you and get started with you?
Yeah, sure. Well, they could probably find us, like I said, either we do a lot of advertising on Google and Meta, and we're doing our workshops and webinars. So they can find us online that way. They can also visit our website. We do a lot of content articles on our website. We have a blog where my business partner and I blog at least 2 times a month. So that's one way. And we usually talk about things that everyone else is talking about in our blogs about, you know, how do you get found on online. And this also has given us the opportunity to form some strategic partnerships with companies like Google and Constant Contact, where we do presentations of their material. So we're kind of partnering with other entities that also help get the word out. So that's one way that we that people can reach us too, is through, you know, other partnerships out there. Google, Constant Contact, HubSpot. You know, we work with a lot of other companies that help us.
Wonderful. Well, John, it's been a pleasure talking with you. Thank you so much. John
Well, thank
Walker
you.
from PE Digital. Thank you, John.
Thank you.